Is loud, y'all. It says, "Oh, please copy and paste." Okay. We live, y'all. Good. Live video.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not live on Instagram. Oh well, they'll be fine. I'm not gonna go live on Instagram. It's gonna be very fine. Peace, family. Let me see like a different vibe because that was like a
That was
that was the Bill vibe. Okay, let's see. Am I feeling ignorant tonight, or am I feeling like loving?
like,
Music wise. Okay, let's. How about this? I'm gonna see what plays when I play this.
there we go.
This is my girl, Janelle. All right.
Hey.
I see you up. So I see you live. I'm gonna make sure that I make a comment in the Facebook chat. I'm gonna let it breathe.
X. Oh, I went, bro. I went. And then Facebook is the one I meant to do. There we go. Right, live on Instagram and Facebook.
Hey.
Let's get it. And I see you.
I'm just making a post on my Facebook that we are live, so they are not confused. Because we definitely gave
Right.
community tonight.
Hit them with the psych.
Oopsie. Okay, so I'm live. Cool.
Okay.
Myself. Cool. All right. Peace, family. We're gonna let the space breathe, and we're gonna get officially started at 8:10, 8:15.
Yeah.
Okay.
14. Let me see.
I think I did it.
Let me make sure I'm live on Facebook. Oh, yep, there we go. Awesome. We in here.
Yeah, that's cool. Okay. It says people are watching, but I can't tell if it's us. So it's a good thing we're waiting until 8:10, 8:15.
No, you're right.
Now are in the building.
Oh.
Peace. Hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. Yeah.
Yeah. It's Sunday, y'all. Let's get it. Oh, did you hit comments too?
Oh no, I didn't see any comments.
I was about to say you probably in private chat. That's why you see two people listed.
No, I'm on my Facebook when I said that.
Oh, okay. Oh, see, no.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure if it's us or if it's me. Because now would say one, and I'm watching myself right now. Like, so I'm gonna see if anybody else taps in. But either way, we're gonna build, and it's gonna be a beautiful build.
Yes, it is.
And whoever does not tap in can always catch the recording. So
exactly. Have your pens and paper.
It has dragon fruit, papaya. No, not papaya. Oh, I'm not to lie. No, passion fruit. Dragon fruit, passion fruit. Pineapples. Spirulina. And coconut milk.
Yeah. Oh, you about to be energized. You about to be hydrated and energized. Like,
yeah, it's about to be lit. I've been drinking on this all day. I made like a whole. I think I made like 64 ounces at least.
Ooh,
so I just been sipping on it.
Yes, I don't think I never had passion fruit. I had dragon fruit before. Yeah.
Passion fruit is like it's very tangy. Peace, sis. How you doing?
Peace to the sister mom in the building.
in the building.
What it do, family?
Hey, she said she finally caught us live, and we happy to have you here. We were actually just talking about you. I got an idea for you for the um, Ministry of Health.
Yes.
Yeah, I got an idea. I gotta shoot you. Said her weekend was good. That's good.
Yes.
We waiting. We gonna start at probably. We gonna give it like 5 more minutes.
Right.
It's at like 8:15.
Yeah, I'm just in here expressing how I don't like cantaloupe.
You don't like cantaloupe?
No, I don't like cantaloupe. I can't elope my mind around to eat it. No, I just
I love my mind around. I like that. That was nice. That was
yeah.
nice. That was nice. I love cantaloupe. I used to not like watermelon. Like I will only juice it because the
Is
texture
it a
was
texture?
nasty. No, it used to be nasty to me because I was in New York. So like the seeded watermelons out there is like they seeded. That's the good thing about it. That's about it.
Right.
So I came to Georgia though, and I had like it was like crunchier. So I've been eating the shit out of some watermelon.
Yeah. Yeah.
I used to just juice them. I used to only juice them. I love
Man, it's crazy. I know a lot of people who don't like watermelon.
really.
Still, yeah, they don't like. But I think they be eating the seedless one. I'm like, of course
Yeah.
you're not going. Yeah, like
It
that
was the
boy.
taste. It wasn't ever the taste to me. I love the taste of watermelon. It was the texture. Like I don't like mushy watermelon. Mm-mm.
Oh yeah, nah, yeah, I don't. I actually don't either. I don't like mushy.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I think it's gonna be a Janelle vibe tonight.
Janelle Monáe, my.
Oh no, I put myself on. Let me take this off. That's my shit.
What is it? Yeah.
Saw the bones on the ground. That's my shit.
Hello, Janelle Monáe. I did a birth chart reading on her.
You did? Okay, what's her cards?
Dang, what was her cards again? She a Capricorn, 10th polarity,
Uh-huh.
Capricorn, and then her card was oh dang, I think I forgot.
I don't even know her birthday to even help you out with that. That's
I
my
don't,
Well, I didn't know she was a Capricorn. I love that though.
yeah, I remember she a oh no, she's not a Capricorn. She a Sagittarius actually.
What's a Saggy?
Yeah, she's Sagittarius.
So beautiful, and that makes sense actually, because she's very spicy.
Yeah,
She's very spicy.
she be cutting up. She
Mhm.
does be cutting up.
And she did not care.
Oh, December the 1st is her birthday.
December 1st.
Yes.
Okay, so her sun card's also gonna be her
A key card.
card.
Oh,
So,
what's her card? I'll be trying to guess now.
do I have my book next to me? No, I don't. Okay. Let's do the math.
2 times 12, 24.
4 plus 1, 25.
Minus 55.
Oh, okay. It's 30. Mm-hmm. 30. What's
Oh,
the
yeah. Oh, so she a 6 of diamonds. No, not 6 of diamonds. She a 7 of diamonds is 33. 6 of diamonds 32. 5 of diamonds 31. Oh, she a 4 of diamonds.
She's a 4.
Oh, that's crazy. Janelle Monáe is a 4 of diamonds.
That's fire shit.
Yeah.
That's fire. Cause that's my son's. That's why I love her. And I'm her Venus card. We supposed to be besties. I gotta go find her. All right. So you can go dance. All right. 2 more minutes, you guys. 2 more minutes, then we gonna stop playing around.
Yes, we got y'all. We got y'all. Yeah, let me repost it one time.
Mm-hmm.
That we in here. Yeah, I'm posting in the group too. Let's see. So,
Okay,
then,
a little trick I want to share with you guys because I've been doing this as I'm building out each show travel ministry. I love to make graphics and stuff and different visuals, and so I like having things around me that remind me of everything that I'm building. So my screensaver is literally eShell and a Jaguar, and because it represents very special to me, and it's for it. I'm not gonna tell the whole entire explanation of it, but that's my ritual, right? And the one on my phone is actually Eshell, and on the bottom is Eshell speaks. And so like every time I open my phone, every time in my digital world, I'm reminded of everything that I'm manifesting. And I also
Yes.
told you guys, put cinnamon in your mouth water. I cleaned the floors and literally uplifted my energy today with some cinnamon. 'Cause I like to make my own products. So yeah, that's another gem for you to just play around with alchemizing energy.
Yeah. Ooh, hey.
Um,
Yeah, hear that? That's that flow. Like,
hmm
oh man, that's crazy. Oh yeah, then I can officially say the THC oil has landed.
Tell us, wait, do we wait? Oh, actually, perfect time. It's time to get started, you guys. Um, yeah, I'm actually gonna throw it to Brother Yogi because of what he just said, and he's gonna start with his announcements first, and then I'm gonna come in. That's how we gonna do that because he on a 5 of Spades day, so we adapted anyway. So that's cool. Go ahead.
Need that, dude. That I appreciate that, sis. And so, yes, what it do, what it do. It is Yogi Alakun, the Grizzly Genius, aka the 60th bear in the jungle. And
Hey.
so, you know what I mean? Clock that. And so today, I do have an announcement. And so I do want to announce that I was fired from my sister and her Patreon. And so the Bear Cup Pirates do have our Patreon account launched. And so y'all can come in there for
I'm gonna put it in
cosmology.
the chat for you guys too.
Yes, yes, yes. And so y'all could, flow in and see the gems that we are dropping, daily cards, birth chart readings, all of those things that I don't do on the public spaces and Facebook and things of that nature. Um,
And if I may add in, like he's a lot funner in private. Okay, this man be dropping gems on gems on gems, and can read you for filth. Like literally, you will think you have everything set up, and he's like, "Well, here's this idea," and it's like the perfect conclusion to whatever you were trying to figure out. So definitely tap in with him because what he's putting on his Patreon is information that you need and can use in real time now.
yes, 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 yes.
So
Oh, I love it.
I'm just looking at the chat your page real quick so I can put it in the chat.
Oh yeah, Beer Cub Pirates. Did I have it up? I didn't even have it up.
No, but I got it.
Okay, then. I got like 1,000 tabs up. So, like a spider web on my internet page.
And here I am, Saturn, giving some balance.
Yeah.
I'm just like, I got you, bro. I know how to do that.
Yes. Oh
Okay.
man.
Yeah, but on my end, peace. My name is Nia Amina Shi Amaru, and I am intention expressed with purpose. And I am a tribal birth worker, tribal doctor, and tribal psychologist. And I use my gifts first for self and self mastery because I feel as though the greatest example of healing is through self. And then I share those awarenesses with you all. And so I wanted to give that little introduction. And my announcements while I look for this link are that next week we will be dropping something very special for the ladies, and it will be for us, by us, for us to begin our womb healing and to begin being able to learn our bodies intricately and being able to heal our bodies and become in tune with ourself and our divinity. And so our period app, Eshell's Room, is going to be launching. So look out for that. I'm very excited. And also, it's free. So you're welcome. I'm grateful to be able to share space with you all. I'm grateful to be launching this app. And I'm also just grateful to step into a deep awareness of self and be able to share that with you all. So that's my announcement for the week. I'm really excited for that. And I will have a lot more announcements where that came from for the year because your girl is practicing the power of silence. And she is showing her growth, expansion, and elevation through expression of creation. So you guys get to read books, for me, you guys get to tap into my Patreon, Ishel Speaks. I'll leave the link in there. And we get to build in real time. Yeah.
Yes. Clock that, yeah.
So without further ado, let's have some fun. Let's go over what we're gonna be discussing tonight. Tonight is the sacred mirror. Oh gosh, I have us up, so let me just not have that. And this is part 3, and we're basically going to be discussing the importance of creation and how that looks in real time, how that is broken down. We'll be discussing the 3 laws that Dr. Chief Ali has taught us through the Aboriginal University, and about how to really navigate energy in motion and how to be the creator of your reality as opposed to harvested for the power that you be.
Yes.
So yeah, we're gonna talk about the energetic law of reflection in relationships. We're gonna talk about how to balance the elements, shapes of harmony. Brother Yogi's gonna tap into our masculine and feminine energy. I don't want to get confused with terminologies that we use in spiritual practice. These are actual energies, magnetism and electricity. You know, and so
Yes.
this is not like a pseudo mindset or belief, but this is actually merging nature and science so that we can live a more functional life. And then we'll talk about the code of reproduction and how we can make sex sacred again and how we can create in a more intentional
Yes. Oh, this is gonna be wonderful, y'all.
way. I'm excited. So as we're about to begin, I do want to ask a question to the chat. And I'm gonna leave it for you guys to let me know. Kind of, we have some people from Tribe in the building, and little quizzy quiz. Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me what the 3 laws I may be referring to?
3 laws, y'all. The 3 laws. Anybody who get it right, I'll give you a free day reading.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. So I guess we're gonna wait then. I'll put some music on for y'all because y'all just got a gift. So, yeah.
Yeah, anybody who gets it gets a free day reading.
Okay. So if you know one of them, tap them in. If you know all 3, go for it. And then we're gonna break them down with you.
Yes.
I will not be giving any free gifts tonight because I actually have a giveaway coming up on my Patreon. I have 3 women that I'm gonna be gifting 3 different items to. I'm gonna be gifting my shell coloring book to one young lady. Hopefully, she can gift her daughter the coloring book, or she can color herself because I color too.
That part.
Right. Look. And then her first bloom, I'm also gifting that to a young lady. It's going to be talking about your menses. It's going to be talking about the first initiation into womanhood, which is sisterhood, which is the development of the menses and learning how to care for your womb, learning how to manage your hormones, and how to live a functional, balanced life. And the third, but not last or not least, giveaway that I'm going to be giving to a woman is going to be a free consultation for her womb health. And this is going to be literally discussing how to heal your womb from your menses, how to recalibrate your body so that you have a structured and balanced nervous system. It's going to teach you about your cycle. And then also we're going to talk about some regimens that you can do as far as movement, food, and meditation and breath work and different things that can help you to balance yourself.
Yes. Oh, that's gonna be. Ooh, that's gonna be fire,
On
y'all.
Patreon, you can, it doesn't matter what tier you're part of, whether you're part of the free tier or the serpent talk tier or the womb circle tier. Everyone in that space will have an opportunity to engage in the giveaway. So, I'm gonna give y'all, I'm gonna give y'all a week. I'm gonna be giving the details this week. But yeah, we have an answer, I think, from Brother Basir. You want to read it, bro?
Yeah, Brother Bazir said to I answer what are the 3 laws we are talking about that we are discussing. He said probability, possibility, polarity. So, brother, you got one of them right, which is the possibility. So we got
So I'm not okay. So I'm not sure because like he said polarity too. So like if we scratch out probability, right, then possibility and polarity, kind.
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know. What do you think? I don't know.
He matched. He definitely.
I don't
Now
know.
when you say polarity,
Give us some details on what you mean by
yeah,
polarity, my good brother,
yeah,
please.
yeah. What she mean by that? What
But the
Drewski
law of
be?
possibility is definitely one of them. Yes, that is
Yes,
correct. And there are two more.
yes. Two more, y'all.
And I guess I mean Brother Basir won the day reading. I don't know, right?
Yeah. You know what?
How your gift was going. I don't want to like bully you into like
Oh
taking.
no, you. He named it. He named it. Look, he said possibility, polarity, and he named one that I do think about like, probability too as well. Like, what's the probability? So I'm gonna give it to him up there. But we talking about three specific laws that he got:
Yeah.
possibility and polarity.
Mhm.
Let me see. So
I don't see. I don't see anybody else commenting. So I think I see everything coming up.
right. So
I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
right,
Yeah.
right. I see all the comments coming. So I think
Everything.
Brother Bazir got it. And so
All right. So we're not gonna keep y'all waiting because I mean I want to start talking and also
the
it's nighttime. So all right. So the laws are the law of. Sis said the law of cause and effect. No, but that I
I
like
like
that.
your thinking though.
No, that's not. That's not. Well,
Yes.
I give y'all. Let me give y'all like two more seconds if somebody else wants to go in before I say the other two.
Yeah.
But no, sis is not cause and effect. Um, even though that is also something that a law I enjoy studying.
Right. Oh, then we got peace to brother Kojo. He commented on my Facebook. I guess
Oh,
it'll show up here
peace. It didn't show up on mine, so you read it. Go ahead, bro.
already. Oh, so you want me to break it down?
No, did he? No, did Brother Kojo comment on your? You say he commented on yours or no?
Oh yeah, he just said peace. I just wanted to
Oh,
acknowledge him.
okay. I thought he was. I just answer it. Okay, no. All right. Well, yeah. Go ahead. You say
You want me to
it.
break it down? I got you, y'all. So brother Bazir already got one, the laws of possibility. It's three laws that we deal with in the universe. And so the laws of possibility, things possible. And then the second one, the laws of masculine energy, or we put the other terminology like it, because like my good sis said, you know what I mean, well, people get caught up on the terminology of it. So masculinity, also electricity, and then the third one is the laws of femininity, which is also magnetism.
No.
You know what I mean? So, we got these three laws that we use within our daily lives, within, you know what I mean, exactly putting forth the motion in which how we move throughout our week, our year, our 13-day period, our creation and life. You know what I mean? We use these things to navigate um, the world from the creative seat, though. That's the difference between, you know what I mean, just the navigation between what we do in cosmology and biocosmology versus what they do in astrology. Because with the astrology, not, we ain't dissing nobody, you know what I mean? We just painting a great picture. Like, look, it's a difference.
Yeah.
Astrology, it can navigate you to more so fate based events versus a creative standpoint. You know what I mean? When we come from laws of possibilities, masculinity, and femininity. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then can I add, if you don't mind, can I add in?
You got it, sis.
You were building, and I was like, it was like download, download, download. Okay, so what came to my spirit is one. These three laws are so important for creation and what we're talking about tonight, because we're literally looking at the masculine and feminine energy, which is mirroring each other and creates the equal symbiosis of energy. Because what the other does not have, the other compensates for. Right, the yin and the yang. We're consistently pouring into each other. So the mirror effect is not so much that we are similar, more so that we need each other to exist, to coexist, right?
Yes.
So there's that beautiful two laws that get to dance and interweave, right? And then we also want to add in the law of possibility, because that allows us to be realistic, that we don't have control over everything, right? And we don't have all the factors. That's why Uranus exists. I was just telling my brother that that's not my favorite energy, the Saturn, because I like control and structure. Also, but that energy also gives space for us to, it gives us a beautiful opportunity to heal, because a woman is meant to be adaptable. A woman is meant to be in flow state. A woman is meant to be very fluid, and she's able to be that way because she has that discipline and structure to know where not to veer off or veer to. So it's important, all these different energies that we get to play with. And tonight we're going to break down the science of it, because when we're looking at how we're planning our births, when we're looking at the sciences that we have through our university, we have a clear chart that can give you the gender of your child. It can give you the energy that you desire to create for your child. It can give you the day in which you want to procreate, right? And the energy you want to have around the child, like what energy you want them to be in. But then also there is the law of possibility, because even if you plan for this child, the child may come in the month that you plan, but will it come on the day? Right? Will it come on the hour? Like you know what I'm saying? So like that's why we
Ooh.
bring all this into awareness, because we want to make this realistic. At no point in time do I desire to share information with you all to shift this dogmatic idea of one fake ideology to another. We don't want to do that, right? We want to create functional mindsets so that we can learn how to master what we do have control over, and learn to adapt to what we will never have control over.
Right, right. Ooh, wait, this shot.
We're gonna break that into that. I'm really excited to get into this conversation, because I was just talking to our builds off live. Like I almost feel like it's a little unfair. That y'all never get to see it, but like we were literally just talking about how each person, like in these dynamics where you have a functional brother sister relationship and you're building in a business, you guys mirror each other and you guys give each other or gift each other energies that maybe you don't use in your own life, and it's like an inspiration, you know. So like this is always happening when you're
Yes.
interfacing with the opposite gender, when it's a functional build, however the dynamic is, whatever the dynamic may be. And so when we look into the law of masculinity and the law of femininity, it's not about the fact that a man is only masculine and a woman is only feminine, but it's also knowing like what your place and role and dynamic is as a woman, having masculine qualities, as a man having feminine qualities, you know, because your feminine
Ooh.
qualities will not express the same way that my feminine, and vice versa, right? Like even though
Right.
I do have masculine qualities, I should not be out here trying to have three jobs and then also get pregnant and then also be a mom, because I'm literally asking my body not to survive like life.
Right.
Like you're creating a very dangerous environment when you're stepping that far out of your functionality. And so the discussion tonight is about creating a balance of the skills of life.
Yes. 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 Yes.
I want to
Yes.
talk to Brother Yogi. I want you to talk. I want you to talk to them about just like the science and the creation that we get to do in the masculine energy with using cosmology.
Right. Right. So, with the perspective of the masculine energy in the cosmology system, Well, one, let me highlight the elements too. You know, what I'm saying,
Let's start
especially
wherever you want, bro. Cause we got a lot.
highlight the elements. So yeah, know we deal with four elements within our system. Just because she talked about you know, like I can have femininity attributes in my birth chart. She can have masculine attributes in her birth chart. And so we deal with four elements. Fire, which is masculine, that has a slight femininity to it, right? Then the air, oh, excuse me, the air, which is the ancestor name Ik. And so it is masculine energy. And then you get down to water, which is Ha, the ancestral name for it, which is femininity energy. And then you get to the earth energy, which is actually, I do want to highlight the brother because he did bring a good point. I'm talking about Chief Dr. Amarushi Ali, and he brought up the fact that earth elements actually would have masculine energy to it as well.
That makes sense too because of what Earth represents, like, and then
Right,
the way it's like resources gathering, the diamond
right,
energy that's what men do.
right. You know that compression to make diamonds and things of that nature. That's a masculine like attribute. And so for me, just coming to that electricity, that electrifying the crowd, the compression of the energy into materialization, it just comes from once you start to study your attributes, you start to figure out exactly how to compress the light into the material world. You know what I'm saying? And so that masculine creativity is like that compression is like I always my favorite artist is Kevin Gates.
Yeah,
That's
boo.
the,
Okay, sorry.
you hear me? So you know
I just kidding. Just kidding.
yeah, hey,
I only said that because of what I posted the other day about Jason Gates and being an eight of hearts. I was like, oh,
yeah,
just
yo,
relax.
you was a chill.
You
And
got
so,
to there. Us eights got to stick together.
there you go. And so, okay, and one thing he said on the song Carter's Way, he said all geniuses talk to themselves. And so when I take on or when I think about the aspect of masculine, as she saw Sister Ma said, not the booty man. I'll show you about
No, you gotta eat that one, bro. You gotta eat that one.
I eat that one. I just
But
thought,
okay, let's not actually use that term after what I like.
yeah, yeah. But 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 the concept of it of just the compression of thought, you know what I mean, with that inward energy, electricity is like, you know, taking that and then she talked because I'm a Pisces. I'm 12th polarity, Mr. Pisces sun. And so that's the femininity quality. And so one thing I learned is, and then I'm a seven of diamonds. So it's like, all right, I can navigate by compression, my ideas within myself, but then like that magnetism of bringing it out, you know what I mean? But it's a whole nother level that I get to learn from my sister, you know what I mean? Because she carries the femininity qualities and I get to learn. That's a great thing about always being still. I get to learn like, oh, this is how that, but it's a difference because she's a woman. And so she brings out the femininity qualities in a different setting, you know what I mean? The return of eggshell. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Clock that. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? All of my thoughts, that's what I have from the perspective of the masculine energy once we compress. And then I'm going to let my good sister take on the energy of the femininity qualities of it.
Okay, so I love the way he said it because one thing that we also learned in class recently was that the masculine energy is also creative, right? That's also creation energy. So I love how you even dissected all of that, and it makes sense why cosmology and the use of it is a masculine creation because it's just very structured and intentional and vision oriented. It's like I'm going to create this. That's God energy, right? So that's the masculine. um, and then the feminine energy is gonna go into literally what aesthetic, what feeling do I want to have during this pregnancy? How do I want to operate? What energy am I conjuring within my body? What am I eating? How am I moving my body? Right? What am I studying? Because all these things that you are ingesting, the baby gets to be created through. Right? And so, like, you're literally feeding your orifices. The energy that you are currently creating is just magnifying the intention of what is in your womb space. So there's that. There's also submission, right? I love the energy of submission for feminine women, especially when it comes to procreation, because when a woman is submissive to a man in that process, what you guys are creating is unified in a solidified way. And by that, what I mean is that there is no confusion. Like everyone is clear on the end goal of what is being created, or the beginning even of what is to become creation. And so that's the feminine part of that's bringing to the table. It's the yes. It is the I trust you. It is the I respect you. It is the I trust your vision so much that I will discipline myself to be in alignment with that, right? And so that's what we get to do. And that's where I also make the reminder that Saturn is actually feminine energy, because that is the lost art of Ishel. Ishel represents a nine of hearts, right? Me and my brother were doing some brother Elias, we were doing some builds, and we in his studies he was talking about how the eight of hearts and the ace of spades equals out to the nine of hearts, right? So that's like another mystical discussion for even why I feel drawn to this energy. But with Ishel being the nine of hearts, this opens up a new awareness of what rebirth energy is.
Like, ooh.
Because we often think about the nine energy as completion, but what makes something complete, it literally makes a circle. So a circle is creation. Like you're creating when you complete that circle, right?
Yes.
And so that Saturn energy that we as women can sometimes shy away from is actually a superpower in femininity, because it also helps to create guidance within the family dynamic. That is like, it is not so much, and this is something that I'm learning also as the Eight of Hearts, but it's not so much physically trying to control an environment or physically trying to control people within your environment. And it's more about being a divine example of structure so that people can align themselves. And so it's like when you think about nature is not looking to prove to you that it exists. It allows you to recalibrate or else you die, right? And so the woman doesn't necessarily need to be in a space of controlling or dictating or trying to be um, influential over everything happening around her. She needs to be very solidified in her being and her nature of herself, so that she's in full mastery of herself, so that what she creates, even if it is chaos or destruction, you know what you're creating. So that when you're walking into a room and chaos ensues, you're not blaming everyone around you. You automatically assess yourself because you are a part of the equation, right? And so that's the feminine energy we get to flow into and also assist our partner with when we are creating. Because when we come to him with that submission, with that yes, that allows him to feel empowered in his decisions that he's making for the family.
Man, that's weird. Ooh, is it brings up that question. Well, not even a question, but just what Ali talked about before, like the law of giving, receiving, and then re-giving. And that's like masculine to feminine to the re-giving, because masculine gives
Circle.
it's a circle, it's full circle. So it's like, and everything in nature uh just mirrors that. You know what I mean? Like, even if I have to identify, like, because I study bees right now, right? Shout out to Sister Tali too.
Hey, shout out
Work,
to
And so I mean, even studying bees and just how they actually give to nature, and then nature receives it and then gives back right to the bees for them to, make their honey, make their propellers to defend themselves, and
Mhm.
so that masculinity, femininity, like you said, like just that mirror. We not, what I mean, it's not exactly that we're the same. It's
Mhm.
just, but
Reflection,
I'm
time reflection. Literally, it's like
right,
we hold space to remind us of where our post is,
right. Ooh,
right? Because literally, like the moment that one of the mirrors go like this, right? Like what do you think happens? Either there's tension, friction, and misalignment, or you're gonna go like this too.
right.
Yeah. So like
Right.
yeah. So it's like electricity and magnetism is always following each other, and that's how creation is happening over and over again, right? But
Right.
to follow it functionally is instead of reacting, being responsive, being very present in each moment, and allowing yourself to be so present in self that there is nothing around you that can affect that centering.
Right.
And that's a flow state. And I feel like the law of masculine assists the law of feminine with that, right? And then like when the law of feminine, the law of masculine are like this, the law of possibility don't even fucking matter. Like when it happens, it's fun. It's an experiment.
Right.
It's an adventure,
Right.
right? Because the other two laws are so in tune and flowing in this functional state that anything that you didn't prepare for, you're still already prepared for because you have a team that is
Right.
solid.
Solid. Right. It's like, oh man, yeah, it's like, it's just an adventure. It's just a flow state of just adventure. It's almost like just being on Door to Explore and you just vominos, jump in, what I mean? So you
No, why is that Luna's favorite show though? Because she was just in here earlier saying abajo, abajo. It's like, okay, down, yes, down.
got that down. We got that down. But just that level of creativity, and then it shows even as we get into our flow of our week, like, all right, you know how we was taught, that first three layers of it, it's a press that you press consciously. It's like, all right, what am I going to compress from the light field
Right,
to bring in to prepare to bring into existence, you know
right.
what I mean? And so, and it shows man, my sis right. Like y'all be missing the bills we have in, right? Cause even you know, man, I was on, but I was saying this is my sister. 'Cause I always like to reciprocate. So, and she know about the Saturn Uranus thing. I was talking about that. I had questions about, and then I started to answer it. And so, y'all, if y'all think about like Saturn and Uranus, and this goes into it goes well off into creation of creation of a child, creation of an idea, and things of that nature. Like when you look at Saturn, Saturn know how to take complex things and make it simple, right? But it can't. Well, I don't want to say can't.
It's
It
very
necessarily,
difficult. It's very
yeah,
difficult to make things. Yeah.
yeah. And so Uranus know how to take the simple things and make it complex. And one of the functions I learned between learning both those planets within the chart itself for creation for the three laws is all right. Look, your Saturn is gonna tell you, look, like my Saturn, just to give us that, I don't mind being trans. My Saturn is in first polarity, misnomer Aries. That is defense and intelligence. And so the things I take that would may so be complex, but make it simple is like, all right, I study bees, like how do they defend themselves? And then I learned how we can defend ourselves. And then my Uranus is in at home in Aquarius, 11th polarity. And so it tells me, all right, the simple things in life that you want to make maybe more complex and spontaneous and I guess eccentric, maybe the word. I'm sorry, y'all, I ain't learned a new SAT word today, so I'm gonna go with eccentric. So, so eccentric, if there's a nature, it's like, all right, I need to use technology, working in small groups with people, and just those innovative fields. And so I merged those two things together, and then I'm able to, have a balanced creation. You know what I mean? Because that's what it does. Like even Saturn, like I give this example. Yo, I think when you talked about like what the woman digests, I think my mother was digesting cartoons. Cause I just always allude to cartoons for
I
some
think it's
reason.
my father. I know that it was my father that inserted cartoons into the womb space because me and him and anime. Oh yes, all day, all day.
All day,
Game,
right?
Assassin's Creed, all day.
Uh,
God of War. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
no, you got, you know what I mean. And so you know what I mean. It was just one example. I said when SpongeBob he was in boating school and he had to take apart the car. And so I say that was a Saturn function. Like, all right, to take a car apart, that's some
Mhm.
Saturn stuff. But he couldn't put it back together, like, to make it complex in his nature. And he ended up building a rocket ship. And I said,
That's
that's,
it.
you know what I mean? But your Uranus and Saturn shows you the, like, because they like a mirror. It's like, because they both rule over Aquarius, 11th polarity. And so it's like, all
It's
right,
that unique
how,
energy.
yeah, so like, how do I navigate both of these spaces to bring something about? You know what I mean? And I think that works well, even in masculinity and femininity. The laws that we deal with, like it's like masculinity, like even looking over the polarities themselves that represents masculinity, like first polarity misnomer Aries, fifth polarity misnomer Leo, and then ninth polarity misnomer Sagittarius. And so it's like, all right, for the masculine, I can come from the masculine aspect. It's like, all right, how do I compress something in the fields that's going to lead somewhere, which is first polarity. First polarity is about leadership and that pioneering energy. How do I have the cultural impact of it? You know what I mean? Fifth polarity, misnomer Leo. And then how do I spread it to other indigenous cultures traveling, and how do I create the educational
Mm.
system, the ninth polarity?
Yeah, I love that. Cause I'm thinking like when you saying that too, I'm looking at my chart in my head, and I'm like, I think that I have all my fire placements. Cause I don't have any Leo placements.
Let me.
I always think about Vincent when I say Leo. I don't know, but I don't have any Leo placements. But I think I have Aries in my Lilith, which I don't know if we even calculate that, how we would even begin to calculate that, but it's there. And then I
Right.
think I think I have do I have Sagittarius? It's in one of them weird thingies. Yeah, it's in one of
Yeah.
those weird in one of those weird places. It's not the Imam Koeli. I forget, but most of my chart is like very feminine or fulcrum energy. Like
Oh yeah.
that's very. So I'm even thinking about that. That's very interesting. But then my Mars is in Scorpio, and it
Then
has a
you
Queen of Hearts there. That's the Queen of Hearts.
then your Mars is, and then oh yeah, and so like even with your Mars in like Scorpio, because Scorpio's femininity,
Right.
right? You know what I mean? And then and Mars is closest to the sun in that area too, in Scorpio, so it's at home. And
Okay.
so
Okay.
it's like, yeah, and so it's like your Mars energy, like what did you say, the Queen of Hearts? So it's like, oh, your Mars, which is masculinity, but
It's
you're
feminine.
feminine. Yeah, it's feminine, and
But
you as a feminine one would know how to bring it out. You know what I mean? That energy more than a man would.
I feel like yeah, I'm very like the Queen of Hearts energy for me. Well, just Queen energy in general. I'm always gonna reference or think about women, and then I think
Mhm.
about like for us, it's like to manage the Queen energy properly. It needs to be not from an emotional space
Mhm.
because it doesn't even matter if you're like if you're extra happy, you might end up overgiving that day. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're feeling spicy or if you're feeling frustrated or irritated that day, you might have been very nasty to another woman or projected something, and, and
Mhm.
and then now you have to go back and fix that or like sit with yourself and be like, do better. So I've experienced both. Like
Right.
so I feel like it's like the navigation of Queen of Hearts is the Queen energy is responsibility over like the sacredness of woman.
Ooh.
I always think about that. And so now I think about now that we're talking about this, I'm like in my head, like what is the masculine energies and the feminine energies in correlation, and then like what would it look like if we decided to go back to like old traditions where the family would have more women than men, so that you can continue to procreate, but having the right amount
Ooh.
of women and men within the family structure. So now, like, do I want to make hearts? Do I want to make spades? I think I find spade energy in women to be very interesting, and because I think about how the spade energy is seen as mostly masculine, but it has the feminine quality in there too, right?
Right.
And then I think about like my floor, where it's like 8 of hearts, then it's like 2 of spades, 6 of spades, spades, like just like damn. And my Kevin Hart voice, but
Damn. Damn.
but then I think about when I think about I can pinpoint when my masculine energy is expressed dysfunctionally, and it's always when I feel unsafe. But that feeling
Mm.
of unsafe doesn't mean that I'm physically unsafe. Sometimes it could be what I'm perceiving or how I'm perceiving a happening. Sometimes it could be like actual like irritation or unsafety in an energetic way. But like that's an easy navigation, right? Like
Right.
so when I'm looking at like how I navigate and how that dysfunction has shown up, it has always been when I forget that superpower to navigate and go within, right? So like
Right.
the moment you not like off the fulcrum point of focus of center of self, then
Right.
that's where I've seen my dysfunction come out, and then like it usually looks like me trying to control some shit. Like, and the first thing I go to is like, I'm gonna clean something. I'm gonna clean something so good. I'm gonna clean it so good, okay? The cleaner,
Yes.
okay? And that's what I'm gonna do first. And then I'm gonna go to my children and I'll be like, did you brush your teeth today? Right? I just gotta be extra anal that day because like I'm seeking control where I have not found it in myself. And so like those are my awarenesses that I have of self that I navigate through so that, not
Ooh. Yes. They got me thinking. I'm like, dang, because I never get like, because like the seven of diamonds, is either found in Venus,
Mhm.
or Saturn, every other week and things of that
Right.
nature. And both of those are like Venus, is over Earth. It rules over Taurus as well as Libra too as well.
Okay.
And so, and so it kind of makes sense. Like that masculinity force behind it, like gave me understanding like how I navigate as a seven of diamonds. But
Mhm.
my
And ooh. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh no, you're good. And I was just gonna say, just think about all right, like because you brought up like the masculinity qualities in the spades and then how you navigate like
Mhm.
control things, compression, things of that nature, and then you find spaces. All right, I'm a purge. It's like a purge, like 'cause that's what space do. You
Literally,
purge it.
I be throwing shit away.
Yeah.
I be acting like there was toxins because like, but it was though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even if
Right.
it's just your mind, like you gotta cleanse the toxins at all times.
All right. No, that makes it. My character cards are nine of spades. I'd be like, dang, I do that. I'll just spontaneously just be like, purge, just get rid of it all. Just what I mean, the fire, because that's what the fire does in nature. The masculinity force is like it's the one that puts on the forest fire. But even after the forest fire, creation and beauty does grow. I mean, even from the ashes. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And then I'm thinking like, okay, was the femininity cards that I have that's in my 13 cards and things of that nature. And I'm like, okay, I got the six of hearts as my treasure card. How do I navigate that energy, six of hearts? Because like you taught me, like, look, the sixes aren't here to even serve themselves. They're here to serve others.
Yeah.
And so even when you talk about like the emotional the most, and then my moon card is a 7 of hearts, so I do got those femininity
Yeah, traits.
things around. And so I'm like, all right, how do I navigate? And what dysfunctions do I notice that comes about in my space that I'm expressing out? And I'm like, oh, when I'm 6 of hearts, when I'm trying to serve others, the Jack of Hearts, 6 of hearts, and 7 of hearts, and
Mm.
emotional attitude, like if I feel that deep care, you know what I mean? Because masculinity, it kind of compresses and then it kind of moves to like the next project. I
Mm.
was thinking, you know what I'm
But
saying?
you're teaching me stuff because, I don't know what y'all be doing. I'm just trying to learn y'all. Like,
Yeah. And so, and so I do recognize masculinity as something that could, because I got a 5 of spades Mercury, and like I'll create a business, and then I'll be like, I'm ready to create, I'm ready to move on and create the next one. But I recognize in the heart space, like with the 7 of hearts, the Jack of hearts, 6 of hearts, is like when the deep care is there, or if it's overly done, because the Jack of hearts is in Venus, Jupiter. So if the care is overly done, like you ever be watching those movies and TV shows, and the person be like, you know what I mean, I don't want to attend this event because it's gonna make it harder for me to leave. You know what I mean? Those are things I kind of think about, like, man, like what lane of boundaries are heart energy, like, because heart energy is water. So it's like it's the waterfall. You know what I'm saying? It's the waterfall that falls and carries the minerals to the soils. But even in that nature, like we think about the water, the tides, it's like each space of that water, it kind of moves on. It cares, and then it knows it gotta, after it delivered the minerals, it's like, all right, look, I'm flowing into the next set of soil to this tree that's 30 feet away from where I just was. And I think about things like that. Like, how do I get stuck in certain, like, dang, I'm stuck at this 15 feet. Why is that? It's like, all right, I got to decare, but now it's like, all right, look, on water, like, we got to be water. I'm masculinity, so I know I got to compress and move on to the next idea. My water gets me stuck, so now it's learning like, all right, well, you could care, but look, sometimes you gotta move on within your flow. You gotta let your water actually flow to its next destination.
that's so. That's a gem. That's a gem because when as you're saying that, the thing that I thought about first was that overthinking must be a feminine dysfunctional trait.
Yeah.
Because because like because like but even when I think about how a man would express overthinking, it always, no offense, I'm not, all offense, it comes across,
Oh, okay. See,
it comes across gay. So like, so now I think about that, like when I do it, I frustrate the fuck out of myself, right? So but I also know that my sister is like, that's not like a thing that we are not unfamiliar with. As in, like,
right,
I feel like every woman can say at some point in time she like has overthink and she knows like what that sensation feels like, or to stay.
right.
And so, like, when you were talking about it, I was like, oh, it makes sense that that's a dysfunctional feminine trait. Like, that's a very feminine quality to have, to overthink, because you're not doing anything with that. You're just like cycling shit in your head,
Yeah,
right? But the man is usually like execute, like, I'm gonna execute on this, and a woman is like an incubator.
yeah. Is it? Ooh, yeah. Yo,
Kidding me, because that's because you. That can't be for you. So thank you.
that's perfect sense because it's definitely because I got an ace of clubs. Remember we said even like the clubs, you got the masculinity,
Right.
maybe the slight femininity to it as well. And
Right.
so and it's in Mercury Venus. And so I be thinking about that. I was like when I think about situation, like I train myself, all right, give it the proper respect to think about it because I'm a thinker. You ever seen that statue of, that man that got the fist under his chair? He just like, that's me. I'm gonna think about like, yeah, I want,
But I feel
but
like, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Oof.
I know you did that. I don't want. I'll just finish with it. I'll just say like, like that overthink is like, all right, look, think about it, but look, you gotta move up, be decisive in it. You know what I mean? I feel like that could that's like how you could carry out the functional side of the masculinity, be decisive about your compression of what you're gonna,
I
I
even
mean,
think about how like when we talk, right? Because like I'm listening to you talk and I'm listening to you say stuff like, well, you have to move through it, you have to do this, right? When men think and when they're thinking for a long time, they're problem solving, right? Like they're like literally trying to find a solution. When a woman is thinking, like she's trying to find out some shit. Like what she want to do, she find out, I don't know. But we trying to find something. We trying to understand something. We trying to get clarity, right? And I feel like the journey of seeking clarity is not the issue. It's the way you go about it and the why as to why you're doing it, right? Because there is a reason that's rooted in it that sometimes if we're not aware of can be expressed very dysfunctionally, right? Like sometimes, like let's say for example, as women, we have played the investigator before, right? And so when you're being the investigator, are you investigating to assist with a problem that you are solving, or are you being nosy, or are you like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's different variations, right? So like we disseminate the why as to why we're seeking the information first, right? And then when we go to seek the information, how are you doing it?
right,
Because the way you're doing it also says something, right?
right,
And so, like all these different navigations that I consistently break down for myself in my head. That's what I'm always doing. Like even if I catch myself doing something impulsive, I'll sit my ass down afterwards and think to myself, like, okay, so why did I do that? Like, why did I even begin this? What was the end point? Because sometimes what you're seeking, you don't have to investigate to seek. You can go straight to a person and communicate, right?
right,
In relationships, right? We're not operating as divine mirrors more times than not. We're like going like this. And we're like
right,
from each other, kind of, right? And so instead of holding the mirror up and being a solid foundation where like we both come raw and we are both able to navigate our roles as divine masculine, divine feminine, while having both these polarities within ourselves, we get to be more functional with it, right? But we don't communicate. So like this pours out into, now you have the pattern of overthinking. Now you have the man who's afraid to act, or the man who's afraid to set a boundary or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like we get out of functionality.
right. Oh, that's damn. And dang, this really is because now it, like how you broke it down, like it brings me to that thought of like, all right, because when you're talking about stage and like basically, how you gotta purge, you know what I mean? And I just think of like, because I got a lot of planets in the eighth house and like
Yeah.
eighth polarity and stuff. Yeah, you know what I mean? So and look, y'all, this is the exact importance of like, look, I carry, because eighth house, that's like femininity.
Mm-hmm.
But for me to really understand, it was best if I hear from like my sister, because she just broke it down like, damn, like why am I investigating this? Why am I, you know what I mean? Like, all right, but then I step into my, because the first it could go like this, all right. If I ain't asking myself the questions, because for masculinity, it's gonna start inwardly. You know what I mean? We're gonna talk to ourselves first. And so, but hearing from my sisters, like, all right, why am I investigating this? Am I investigating this for the right purposes? Is it draining me? Like even when I talk to the sisters, you know what I mean? I brought up the point. I said, when I was bringing up purpose, like if the situation of person ain't respecting
Your purpose.
your purpose,
Oh, yeah. Wait, run that back. Tell it how you said to me. Cause that shit, yeah. Yeah.
So you know what I mean? When I'm going over or when I'm thinking about a situation, like okay, I'm involved in something or investigating something, I'm like, all right, if it's a person, it's like, all right, this person is in their dysfunction. And I'm trying to navigate a certain way within my purpose. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, our liberties and our rights, it definitely goes into our birth charts. So, both parties have to respect each other's nature. So if the person doesn't respect your purpose, then that's something you want to go ahead and purge. Cause you know what I mean? You can't, you can't let nobody opinions and their thoughts, you know what I mean, overshadow your birth chart and your mind.
Yeah.
Especially when you're thinking about even health. Like I said, we jack of all trades. So y'all got tribal birth worker, cosmologists, indigenous doctors. agriculturalists, like, you know what I mean, we jack of all trades. And so I even think about it within the terms of you know what I mean, food. Because you gotta think, all right, what is this person? Do they know their mind? Are they out of their mind? They might not be in their mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's, you know, all these things, but you know, the person ain't respecting your purposes. Like, I gotta purge this. You know what I mean? I think that's one of the things that helped me, like, make sure I'm activating my masculinity mirror to make sure it's up right. And then, like you said, like the for the femininity, the wise, it's like it's basically like, are you operating your uh quantitative? Because that's what quantitative is. It's the who,
Woo!
what, wise. It's like, is that fun? Are you operating in the function of how it's supposed to be,
Do
or if
you
you're
need
not?
a why? Like, or does it fluctuate based on your emotions? Like, that's another question, right? Like, that we have to ask
Yeah.
ourselves. And then, okay, I want to read Brother Basir's thing, but first, I want to say something that you said that really give me perspective. So, the masculine trait would be to go within. And once again, when we're saying masculine and feminine traits, we are not saying that you as a woman or man cannot use both of these things. We are
Right.
simply expressing scientifically the proper defining moment of masculine energy versus feminine, because that's important to know. And then it's important to know how, as a woman, you use masculine energy and how, as a man, you use feminine. But when you said go within, I'm like, okay, yeah, because I do that a lot. But my dad taught me how to do that.
Mm.
Like, that was one
Ooh.
of the best lessons he ever taught me. So I'm just like, that's so interesting. Brother Basir said, facts is the difference between exploring choice versus the decision. Decisions cut away options, which is masculine. Entertaining choices is a feminine state. And that makes sense because I love to have fun. I love me some choice to entertain me. He said both states are needed, but at the right time. And yes, like literally.
Right.
And then it's like knowing how to flow in between the two, like as the man and the woman, using both those gifts to operate in your purpose and to also support your partner in being in their
Right.
divinity. But
Right.
something I want to add on too, because I want to be very transparent tonight. So, cause I learned a whole bunch this week. Um,
Hey.
so the reason that gym was so important is because I have often operated on extreme polarity. So it's like all in, all out, whatever, right?
Right.
So before maybe a week ago, when I would think of the word, maybe I even be honest and say like really 2 days. But anyways, growing in real time, you get what I'm saying? And I'll be asking
Right.
like really growing in real time. Um,
Yes. Yes.
and I'm grateful to share that because like I also think it's important for y'all to understand that we are not trying to present as perfect. Like I desire for us to remember what humanity looks like. So purging does not mean that you get to get rid of that person. Like that person has every right to live, to be here, to exist, to take up space, right? And so I'm saying that in case there's anyone out there like me, right, who can be a little extreme at times and think purging means to like forcefully exit someone out of your space, right? That's not always an option.
Right.
You have access to like this part like of space, you know what I'm saying? And like then maybe 6 feet within distance because like you can knock a nigga out if they get too close. However, however, right? Most of the time there's no issue like for physical violence, right? So like we're also learning maturity and navigating how to be present while being uncomfortable. So
Right.
purging means to purge what is of you that is dirty, what is of you that is toxic, what is of your mind, what is of your perception that is skewing your divinity and your light field.
Yes.
So that like I want to make that clear because oftentimes you can hear these things and they feel really good to hear. Like, yeah, I'm a bird that bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But also, right? Make sure you talk about you. Like, make sure you talk about you because it's
Yes.
easy to project outwards, and I promise you that's like the wrong answer. It is every time. Every time it's the wrong answer.
Yes. Yes. Ooh, that was beautiful. Yes, y'all. Please don't go the
Don't
first
go.
purge. Don't go to purge anarchy on us now. No.
No, purge yourself just as deeply as you desire to purge others, because that is truly where our rebirth as people coming, honestly. Like us regaining responsibility over ourselves and then learning how to navigate functionally as ourselves. Because it could be real easy to hear the law of possibility, the law of femininity, the law of masculinity, and then be like, oh, you shouldn't be doing this, and why are you doing this? Da, da, da. Like,
Right.
if it doesn't affect you personally, it doesn't matter.
Right.
It doesn't
Hey,
matter.
doesn't matter.
Like, we have to choose our battles. We have to choose our battles.
Right, choose your battles in that. Oh man, that was perfect. Oh, that was beautiful. That was oh yeah. And
That's actually literally like I was when I made my last audio that I think I want to drop this week. I was literally talking about how there is a deep programming that we get to do as women with our psychology and with how we have operated. And I understand where the entitled mindset has been developed. And it shows up in different expressions. Like I have found myself in a similar expression from time to time, right? We have all experiences as women, and these dysfunctions have been rooted from a very real and unsafe place, right? The world being an unsafe place for women. And also, we get to reclaim our power as women and our responsibility as women when we are accountable for our actions and accountable for learning what functionality is. And that is the deprogramming that we get to do in real time in life. And you will have mirrors every single day, but
yes,
especially as women, we will have mirrors in each other. And oftentimes, when you find yourself irritated, there is something in that space that you resonate at, right? You may not do the same action, but there's something there that you can learn from for yourself to govern yourself better.
yes. Ooh, yes, yes. Clock that, man. You better clock.
And here we are, real life tea right now. So yeah, but that is the beauty of sisterhood too. You know what I'm saying? Like that's one thing that I thought about is that there's always been the bros before hoes, right? And all those like y'all have always had y'all solidified coming back to each other, right? And I feel like really and truly the only time that I've seen mass dysfunction has been from the cause of a woman, right? So there's that aspect. But then look at us as women where we have this very hard time with actually connecting and actually collaborating with each other and actually unifying with each other and having a code where it's like I don't have to always like you to respect your existence.
Right. Man, that ooh.
Yeah, so that was my lesson for this week, literally, and that's what I was sharing with you all in the audio that I have not dropped yet, but I will drop. But yeah, it's like real time understanding that like we all have some shit to shovel out because
Right.
we have deep deprogramming as women, and the way that we perceive the world is the reason why we navigate with all this defense. And so we get to learn how to properly protect ourselves, but also to drop some weights that don't actually exist because those things don't have to affect us when we are operating in our divine nature.
Mm. Oh, that's ooh. She you hit us with the fence with the Denzel Washington fence, man. Yeah, that's he said, "Oh, where is it where I have to like you? I respect you."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
But
nah, that
it's still creation, it's still life, and as long as it's living, it can evolve, it can grow, it can change.
it
And so
is.
that's something that we get to come back to. And that's one of my biggest lessons as Saturn is that I'm very meticulous and I'm a hard ass. But I feel as though sometimes people, well, no one knows what's going on in my mind, right? So there's that. But also understanding myself and knowing that I cannot be harder on you than I am on myself, right? But no one's there for that process. So when I'm being Saturn, sometimes it can come across as judgmental and harsh and fatherly love, right? So I get to navigate learning how to feminize that,
Mm.
right?
Oh,
So
right.
so I get to like it's fun because I think the main thing is understanding self deeply. And we get to do that with those three laws. Like understanding deeply the law of possibility, which is like that. And I put that one first because that's the one that I need to learn For real, for real. Because that's where I get irritated. Okay? Because I planned this out. I planned this out to go exactly how I planned. And now it's not, right? Because I'm very clear. I've had the beauty of studying masculine and feminine energy for a very long time. So those laws are
Right.
unfamiliar to me. But the law of possibility, like in practice, oh,
Is it?
right? So I wanted to share that with you guys because two things. One, I'm out of my Saturn return now, so I'm 32, right? And then two, so many, so many downloads come to you when you are willing to travel the unknown,
Right.
and that's what the law of possibility is scientifically.
Yeah. Ooh, that's. Oh, wait, hold on. Before we move on, let's do get a shout out to Sister Naya, a belated birthday shout out because her birthday definitely passed, and I hope you enjoyed it and had a wonderful high time because I know y'all was
I was
high.
definitely very high. And I also had the best birthday I have had in a while. I actually before this year, I hadn't celebrated my birthday for quite a few years, so celebrating this year was really dope. It was really. I'm really grateful. Yeah. I'm grateful. I'm grateful, and I think that deep gratitude is what has saved me from myself.
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm serious because
Yes.
and this is where like some of these conversations I won't go in deep on these platforms because I understand that people on these platforms maybe are not ready to hear these things. But also, like, there's a reason why the messenger said that 75% of the work is to be done with the woman. Like, there is a deep programming that we get to do in real time right now. And for those of us that have daughters, it is of the most urgency that we get to dive into these because we really want to have a safe, solid space for them to navigate themselves, you know, and we want to always be the best example that we can for them.
Right. Right. And man, whoo, you dropped some gems. You dropped some gems. Let me get my money back. Let me get the gem back so I can collect the treasure. Get this get this treasure chest open. Hold on, you gotta put
But yeah, definitely. Like,
it.
yeah,
It it brings me to the thought because man, what you discussed in the femininity and just and even the statement you brought up about the brothers, like, bros before hoes, like we guys, like somebody just say, oh, it's just slang, but no, that actually, that just shows like they will come together. But then I can speak on the dysfunction where the pinpoint of the obstacle brothers do hit. Like for instance, I'm a rising fifth polarity misnomer Leo, masculine polarity, and so the we get the commodity of bros with hoes, unity. Look, we come back, connected. But it's this obstacle we hit that I learned from the fifth polarity lens is like it gotta be one. So, all right, look, we was here, we was all united, but then once we hit the top as a militia, as a unit, as a team, as you know what I mean, we hit this point, all right, now it's going to be one. And one thing I learned just navigating the fifth polarity energy is creating spaces that is not just one. You know what I mean? That everyone ideas can either branch with inside the group or branch outside of the group, but there's no limit where you just address to one. I think some people have yet to navigate fifth polarity quite well because they'll get into a mindset where the law of giving is not really received. It's like they get stopped at a point like they'll like the giving may like that number one says like only I can impact the culture positively, not as a group, but only me. And so y'all need to navigate within my world. And so but it's like, no, look, you create your world, but make sure that your world is like I see my world as structured as like, look, everybody to come together. And then if you got an idea that you either want to put in a group or outside of the group, you're gonna always have a support. In other words, I'm gonna always be in the law of giving and then receiving and re-giving. You know what I mean? Because that's initially how we build up networks. Like if we look at the structure of like the bees and how they navigate as workers, like look, we one unit, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we all navigate within our purpose and time. And so, and then even looking at like, man, you broke down so much. I ain't gonna lie, you dropped a lot of treasure on this joint.
No, what you just said, like with the Leo thing, I was thinking about like that's the first time I've ever heard the functional side of what Leo is. Cause like in my defense, I haven't navigated a lot of Leo energy, and I don't really have a disposition against Leos. I made that face because of an inside joke about my niglet, so that's the only reason why. But I have no animosity towards any sign. I think that's very silly to do that because that like there's no unified expression of anything. Like everybody's
Right.
gonna express it uniquely within their own profile. So but with the Leo, I have noticed with the Leo energy, I have noticed like the giving comes from they give what they need to receive what they desire in a dysfunctional way. But then like hearing what you're saying, it's like, but y'all gift and superpower is that because you are so illuminated and so magnetic naturally with being that Leo energy, you can actually create a space where everyone can shine if you would allow it within your space. Right?
Right.
That's what I heard. I was like, that's really cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's what the sun does. Like, you wake up in the morning. All right. The first, we do solar gazing. All right. The first thing in the morning, we solar gaze. But then after that, we're not solar gazing for the whole 24-hour period. Now we're just looking at what the sun is radiating. You know what I mean? What it's helping shine the trees, the birds, the bees, the grass, everything that's in between. You know what I mean? And so, that's how I navigate. My fifth polarity energy. Like, look, all right, look, y'all saw the sun. Look, y'all got this. That is not about me, Like, look, you solar gaze now, gaze upon everybody, the radiance and that everybody else is shining and creating from
Yeah.
their purpose and standpoint. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you went into a point of just also of like purging with yourself and just accountability and things of that nature. And one thing I learned, and it's funny, like, because I'm in Venus. You got the Saturn energy. My
Yeah.
card is naturally found in Venus. So it was a point in cartomancy, Venus is the femininity, Saturn is the masculinity,
Mhm.
because of the terms we such. But
Yeah.
now as we navigate through our transformations and understanding of the Zokin system, now it's Venus is
Masculine.
masculine and Saturn is femininity.
Isn't that so crazy though?
Yeah, it's great. Like it got.
Oh, oh, okay. I gotta say something real quick. I'm sorry.
Hey, you got it. You got it.
That was crazy. Okay. Venus has to be masculine because if we break down Venus, just forget the desire, whatever, blah blah blah, right? Because those are what make it seem as though it's feminine, right? But if we break down Venus, and people often refer it to love, love is I'm starting to feel like the expression of love is very masculine because it's very solid, and it's very creative and it's very problem solving. Like it's like solution oriented, almost. So when I thought about Venus, I was like, well, of course that'd be masculine because men love in a very pure and unwavering way. Like there's like once a man loves you, there's nothing you can do for him to not love you, even if you're no longer in his space. So there's that navigation, and then for women, I don't necessarily experience this, but I think maybe it's because of the way I view love. I don't view love as an emotion at all. And then I have the Six of Spades in my Venus, so like it's also very like So
Yeah,
and then astrologically, my Venus is in Virgo, so like okay, so okay. So so the but I often think about like how romance is often portrayed on TV and portrayed, and how we're taught this fairy tale and this fantasy, but that's like feeding into emotions or energy and
Right.
motion, right? But if you are not aware of how energy and motion actually exist, then you can get into this idea that the feelings are what navigate the love you're receiving, but the feelings are you. Like that's
Right.
you. That's your meter. And that's when you get to dissect, like, why do I feel like this, right? But that doesn't
Right.
take away that you are loved.
Mm.
And that's like a deep like rewiring that gets to happen in our brains, right? Like it's
Right.
happening for me in real time, literally. Because when you said what you said, I was like, oh shit, okay, okay,
Y'all, we cooking up, y'all. We's cooking up. And
yeah.
please
So
don't be afraid to ask a question or anything in the comments.
I'm gonna say, if y'all want, y'all can interact with us, ask any questions. We're literally just building on the many ways in which you see these three laws in action with creation. And then also how they interact with our energies too, because I feel like the more we dissect ourselves, we can create more intentional creations. Like, for
Right.
instance, I created love babies, right? But they're both very solidified in themselves, right? Like it's
Mhm.
not me when y'all see them. That's their personality that they developed by themselves. Okay. And so I see like the pattern of what I create. And then I get to go back and look at my energies and see how to navigate it in a more in a way in which I am more aware of how I'm creating the way I'm creating.
Mm. Ooh,
Y'all
man,
can
I need a
see it.
soundboard. That's what we need. I need a soundboard.
Soundboard.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I forgot the music. I'm sorry, you guys.
You good. Oh man, we dropping in treasure, y'all. We dropping treasure.
Hell yeah.
And yo, what you dang, it was something else. Oh, and then I was talking to a sister about this, like just the like purging within yourself, and then also making sure that that's also balanced in this aspect to make sure that you're not taking on somebody else dysfunctions to be accountable for them too as well. Like, because people, I'll say the Jack of Hearts is what I see the card that does it the most. God used to do it, and so
Mm,
like it's like, oh, it's like, all right, like say if I did something dysfunctional,
hmm.
that person, the two saying two, wrongs don't make it right. As
Yeah.
but a lot of times I could find myself or in that Jack of Hearts energy to like, oh, I'm gonna take their dysfunction too, and I'm gonna just make it seem like it was just my own dysfunction. Like, you know what I
Oh
mean? You get
wow.
what I'm saying? Like people do that like in a sense of not really thinking, taking a moment to think and be aware of what are the actual causes. Because I give a gem about the light field. In the light field, perturbation, that's why we call it the laws of possibilities, because perturbations that are sites, the light field is always occurring. You know what I mean? So two dysfunctions can occur at
Simultaneous.
one, yeah, you know what I mean, and be the cause and result in the effect of something that's a breach or something of that nature. And one thing I learned is like, look, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make sure to protect your health and make sure that you're not taking their dysfunction and just make it seem like, oh yeah, it was just all on me. Just put a and I think it comes from us growing up and seeing like the Michael Jordans, the Kobe Bryants, these leaders who when they're on a team, they take on everybody's dysfunctions. You know what I mean? Because that's what we were taught to do. Like, oh
Ooh,
yeah, look, the
woo.
team assisting in losing the game, but look, I'm gonna take everybody's dysfunction. I'm just gonna bring it all on me. And it's just all. And it's like, dang. Eventually, it gets like, look, you start to get unhealthy because now it's like you're going crazy because now when you do think about the situation in itself, because you done took their dysfunction and added it to you, it's like now it becomes harder to be a problem solver. You know what I
Ooh.
mean? Because you're not solving a problem. Because what are you solving?
You just listen to feelings. Oh,
Yeah,
oh, and I guess that's why. I guess that's why. Also, I mean, it makes perfect sense, anyways. But I guess it's also why Chief talks about how men need to have separate 1 to 3 days, like throughout the week, or just have a recalibrated, system to be away from feminine energy, because our natural disposition is to express. And so at all times we're expressing, and even if we're not in a negative energy, that's still like y'all soaking up all of that expression. And so
Right.
it's like sometimes like maybe we're coming to you for a problem to be solved, but also sometimes maybe, and I would even go as far as say most times, a woman is probably coming to you to express and to be heard, right? And so when I was
Yes.
talking about what you were saying too with the masculine, and about how it's so important for you guys to be able to have the space to make clear decisions. Um, hmm. It made me think about how do you feel as though men should navigate? How do men navigate from your awareness as a man, and then in that space, um, like the process of deciding to procreate?
That's a good question. God damn. But she asked.
And I understand also that you don't have children yet, but just from your insights, from like what you think, like, or even like your personal vision or plan for how you build your family, like we can get some insight.
Right, right. No, definitely. Oh, that's a great answer. And so for me, I was speaking from the masculine perspective, but I'm gonna have to say I'm speaking for a more specific sense for me because I don't have children yet. And so how I vision like the procreation and just the family creation and vision, you know what I mean, for the world that I'm compressing is one, of course. Damn, you go make me go into my origin story because I do want to say this. I never, before entering honor, I never studied religion. I never only been to church like twice. I never studied astrology, and the honor book was actually my first book I ever actually read, like fully. Like I
That is,
never, yeah, yeah. So
I
and,
too blessed to have a clear mind.
and
With
so
all this vaccination.
and the only reason I brought it up because I mean, obviously I'm gonna be speaking so heavily from a honor perspective already. You know what I mean? I know other brothers probably will speak from navigating like United States jurisdiction over.
Oh, we don't care about that.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, but for me, the family creation and just planning a child,
I'm
a
sorry.
child. You can. He said, "We'll get about that. We'll shit about that shit."
Cause I'll be like, because if we start talking about that dysfunction, then like people need to either be joining ARNA or doing a jurisdiction similar to ARNA because
Right,
anything that is out here is dysfunctional. No, I don't want to hear about it. I'm confused
right.
already. I don't need any more. No thanks.
I'll say the even going into like the thought like, oh yeah, it's a timing or a thought of all right, I need to plan the timing for procreation is like me now having like these businesses,
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying, up and running.
Right.
And so that's coming from a dominance perspective too, as well. Obviously, I gotta insert, what I mean, my character. So dominant, king of dominance. So me having like the Bear Cub, Pirates, Hidden Cosmic Village, and being a part of those rather, it just goes into like procreation. I want to plan my family so my children can inherit, these businesses and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then going into it like, man, I gotta talk. So even navigate the masculinity force of it, but through the lens of my Jack of Hearts and my Six of Hearts, like, and the Seven of Hearts, like, I got that inclination to like, all right, the woman I'm procreating with is like one thing I was thinking like, look, I want whatever business they part of, like me being the Seven of Diamonds and King of Diamonds, and the Five of Spades, like I want to compress the business and then I want to move to the next idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so it's like I naturally want to have my hands in, my wife's business as well. All right, what do you would like to do? Like,
Assist her,
what
support
do?
her, and uplift.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
like that all goes into my thought of procreation and planning an actual child. You know what I mean, and then get into the point of like even the brotherly and sisterly bonds I make as my brothers and sisters get married and they procreate how they choose like all right setting up arranged play dates marriages to never get that feels of it because I always go back to like my rising is fifth polarity so I'm always thinking about the entertain I always learn from entertainment and so it goes back to anime And like in Naruto, the who are gay family, I'm probably not even pronounce it, but their family, yeah, they family how they navigated like they or the Uchiha clan, like they procreated within their clan and just built it up and then arranging those play dates for the children to grow up. And so that's just how I see my procreation and things of that nature going into it. You know what I mean? And just visualizing it all the way. It's kind of like that LeVar Ball. If anybody know who LeVar Ball is, he was like, man, I want my children to be superstars in basketball. Or I think he said sports, period. And you know what I mean? He put that vision. So I think that's how I think. Like, all right, the ideas I compress. I always think about the generation and the next generation, my grandchildren, the
Yeah.
great grandchildren. Because I always say, like, look, the dollar you making right now in the now is really not even for you. It's for the great grandchildren. You know what I mean? Because what are you leaving for them? And that's just how I approach it from the masculinity vision of procreation. Is like, what exactly am I leaving for the children? Land, but the business, like, so when they grow up, it's like, look, you got a whole space where you could be whatever though, because my imagination comes in Pisces. And
Right.
so it's like, look, you want to come to Bear Cub Pirates? Look, we do safe house, we do agriculture, we do sciences, we
All
do
the things.
all these things. So you're not limited. So that's just how I see it. Did that answer the question? Because I know I just.
No, you answered it perfect, actually. And I'm also grateful I asked you that question because you made me feel a lot more secure and how I think. Because like I'm a planner. So like when I hear people say that, I'm like, okay, so I'm not crazy for wanting to do arranged marriages for my children. And I do. I also feel like the reason I love Arna so much is because of the jurisdiction and the structure within that. Because I feel like that's something that we as people are missing, and we get to cultivate our culture within that. We get to cultivate like things that we leave to our children that was by us, created by us, and they
Right.
get to create from that and expand off of that. And then also we get to remove like all the Europeanized systems and ways of doing things when it comes to education, when it comes to
Right.
procreating, when it comes to mating, like uh, just all of the outside. When I said mating, I thought about pheromones. So
Right.
excuse me. But when it comes to all those things, it's so important to be structured in that. But as a woman, and then having my Saturn energy, sometimes I could be like, all right, am I going too far with like what I want to do? But then when I hear other men and women that also agree with these things, it's like, okay, no, it's not like we do need to pull the reins on this idea of freedom and sovereignty a little bit. 'Cause I just feel like we're doing it irresponsibly. So
Mm.
add in some responsibility, some jurisdiction to that, some structure, some family units, and
Yeah.
you have a community of people who operate on the same value system. It's like the dating pool doesn't have shit in it anymore.
Right.
So, you
Right.
know, so,
They the
yeah,
drain the dating pool is drained of
they,
this.
they just toxic. Just it's unfortunate for y'all. But but yeah, do y'all have any comments, any additions, anything? Because if not, I always look at the time. We've been building for almost 2 hours.
Right.
Um, we can really build by ourselves now if y'all do this.
Right. If y'all ain't got no questions, you can do.
Yes. Any questions? Any comments? Any feedback? Next week is gonna be our last live here. Here. Not our last live, just our last live here. I'm really excited to build with you guys and both of our Patreons. And we're gonna have so many amazing things coming for you guys. I'm gonna have Yogi tapping it in the space in Patreon. I'm gonna come visit his space sometime
Yeah.
for specific reasons. But more than likely he'll be in my space more than I'm in his, because there's men's is over there, and I'm a cloistered women, so
Hey, that's. Yeah, she. My sister done got that royal cup. Y'all hear she talking that royal. I'm a cluster one. Like that's what you supposed to have. I'm a cluster woman. Yeah, Drake.
As I should be. As I should be. But also I just feel like there's a beauty in understanding where you are landed at. You know what I'm saying? Like what your limitations are, what your yes and what your no's are, and what your energy is. Like who you be as as a being in this physical vessel, and how you navigate your energy that you came through with, because when you're aware of that, everything else comes easier to navigate. It really does.
Yes, yes.
A lot easier.
And then shout out to brother Kojo. He said, great job to both of y'all.
Thank you, brother Cartel.
Yeah.
Sarah Calamity Twin. Happy belated birthday to him too. I hope that you enjoyed your birthday. And yeah, guys, thank you for building with us. Thank you for accepting our quirkiness. I'm really more so speaking for myself because I be impulsive sometimes with y'all, so I be getting excited. Um, but yeah, thank you guys for sharing space with us, and I'm excited because our next series is a 7-part series, and we're going to be going through literally within the book The Power of Sex, written by Dr. Ali. We're going to be going through the roles of manhood and womanhood, like collectively, you know what I'm saying? Because there is an order to this, and even though we as grown adults may have skipped some whatever, we want to study this order for 2 reasons. One, we get to navigate it in the now. Like if you never experienced the levels, you can induct yourself, initiate yourself, do all these levels in this time. And what better way to do it than with all of your mind properly, right? We can be emotionally sure, we can navigate with, we don't have the mindset of the child, but we can still keep the curiosity and the excitement of the child, right? While navigating real life shit.
Yes,
Also, for our children, like even though you didn't get a chance to develop in that way or in that nature, you give them the opportunity to do that. And so that's why this conversation is going to be so fun, so important, and I'm excited to have it.
Yes. Ooh, man. Hey, look. This is great. And of course, I'm always grateful for my sister for collaborating with me. And this is just perfect. And just, well, we appreciate y'all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We appreciate the world because we're going to be international.
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
This the year though. Like if you don't like us now, just get ready for more because we not going nowhere. And we were instructed to not go anywhere by the light fields. So you're gonna have to become blind if you don't want to see us. But we're here pushing information to you guys, and also we're grateful just that you guys hold space with us. Hold space with us. I'm laughing because I say a lot of the terminologies that people are often very triggered by. I'm very sorry that y'all are triggered by it, but also it's very natural for me to use this vernacular. So, you know, I'm gonna get it where I fit in. But I'm grateful for you guys for holding space with us and communing with us and learning with us in real time.
Yes. Same here. I love it.
If it's not anything else, like I have the impulsive desire to say bye and cut this off. So have a great rest of your week. We'll see you guys next Sunday unless we decide to reschedule. But more than likely we won't.
We won't.
We won't. Okay, we won't. He has spoken. I'm listening. We won't be rescheduling. All right, bye. See y'all later. Peace,
family. Oh, awesome.
That's great.